Hello, 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 everyone. Come in on this magnificent Monday. I want to title this video Mindset Monday, right? Let's talk about mindset. And this one, I'm going to break down a lot of videos. I was not planning on doing another live stream. I did one live stream today in my vehicle. But I was on TikTok. I was on TikTok and I saw some videos, and I want to share those clips with you all. Also, um, I saw some videos on YouTube. Robert Kiyosaki, he and his wife, the cash flow queen, talking about taxes, right? When you look at that paycheck, when you see those FICA taxes and all those taxes, what that means and why the rich and wealthy will never pay taxes. They will never overpay taxes. They will never get taxed 30% out of a paycheck. And that's exactly what's going on with the um, poor working class, right? The poor working class and the middle class. And that's why most people cannot, and they don't even know it, right? They don't even know it, but that's why most people cannot escape their current income level, no matter how much of a raise they get, no matter what type of promotion they get. Actually, I just read something. I read an article that says Target or um, Tarjay Tarjay is raising its wages to $24 an hour in order to get try to lure more workers in. That's not the answer. That will not be the answer. Higher raises will not be effective whenever you have inflation that's raising higher than the raise or the wages that you can get on your job, right? So you all come in, hit like and hit share. Let me share this on my other platforms as well so we can go ahead and get this party started. Let's get this party started. Let's talk about Russia and UK. That's, of course, the spotlight of the economy because if you don't know now, you know where Russia goes and China specifically, or where they already are. Most people don't know where they already are. Down goes the dollar, as the great Muhammad Ali would say. Down goes Frazier, right? Down goes the dollar, and it is all by design. So we are definitely going to talk and discuss the Russia and UK and how being off the SWIFT system is no problem because they've been off the SWIFT system a long, long time ago. So that's not going to affect them in any type of way. In fact, I did a live stream on last night showing that they're already on a system called CIPS, CIPS, and why cash is not king anymore. However, cash flow is king. However, crypto crypto definitely is king and assets is queen. So you all come in again, hit that like and share button. This is my Charmin tissue I was telling you all about. 12 rows. That's, even though they're saying super mega, right? The Charmin tissue, 12 rows. I thought was where their normally price would be is $13.99. $20.99. I purchased it on yesterday. I had a shocking surprise because I did not really pay attention to the price of it when I was shopping at the grocery store because I know what I normally pay. And when I went to the cash register, I wanted to know why the 2 bags of grocery and Charmin tissue was $80, right? I had like a $14 book that I purchased. And side note, right, more people need to read books that will increase and expand your financial education, right? Whenever you go shopping, whether it's on Amazon or whether it is brick and mortar, how much time do you spend, or how much money rather do you spend purchasing books, and how much time do you spend reading those books? And just we definitely have. You ready for this now, hold on. We definitely there is definitely a mindset issue when it comes to financial education. So let's get started. You all come in. I'm going to pull up these videos that I want to share with you on TikTok. I'm also asking that you smash, but just do it gently. Smash that like button, hit like and hit share, right? Hit that like and share button. And let me see if I can even find this. I just watched it. It was Invest in Yourself by Coach Stormy. I thought that was great and motivational on TikTok. Invest in yourself. Let me see if okay, here we go. She just uploaded this 3 hours ago. I thought this was a worthy message to share. So come in. If you're new to my channel, I am known as the Crypto Queen because of my portfolio and my foresight and cryptocurrency, right? I won't disclose um, what my portfolio is, but just know it is definitely rich. Because when you have the foresight and you have the understanding of the economy and what moves you have to make and you should make and take to be recession ready and be recession rich, then you can position yourself to be a part of this greatest wealth transfer that this generation has ever experienced. So let's look at some TikTok, right? Let's look at some TikTok. Thought there was great motivational pieces. I want to share with you all. Invest in Yourself by Coach Stormy.
Hey, y'all ain't coming because y'all don't want to pay $1,000. What you gonna do with the money? Eat it off? Buy clothes, buy shoes? What you gonna do with it? Invest in your own brain. Go learn a new skill set. Be in the environment, see what it's doing. How the hell? Yeah, what you mean you get everybody pay for their own motherfucking ticket? Everybody on this executive team is required to be there. It's paid. Y'all ain't coming because y'all don't want to pay $1,000. What you gonna do with the money? Eat it off? Buy clothes, buy shoes? What you gonna do with it? Invest in your own brain. Go learn a new skill set. Be in the environment, see what it's doing. How the hell? Yeah, what you mean you get a $97 ticket? You sound crazy. No, buy your ticket, girl. And I'll give you your $500 back. Buy y'all ticket. Everybody need to buy a ticket. Shit makes no sense. Horrible. Everybody pay for their own motherfucking ticket. Everybody on this executive team is required to be there. It's paid. Y'all ain't coming because y'all don't want to pay $1,000. What you gonna do with the money? Eat it off? Buy clothes, buy shoes? What you gonna do with it? Invest in your own brain. Go learn a new skill set. Be in the environment, see what it's doing. How the hell? Yeah, what you mean you get a $97 ticket? You sound crazy. No, buy your ticket, girl. And I'll give you your $500 back. Buy y'all ticket. Everybody need to buy a ticket. Shit makes no sense. Horrible.
So she's talking to her staff in this TikTok, and she's saying it is horrible. You know, you all don't want to purchase $1,000 ticket to be in a culture and environment. You don't want to invest in yourself. You don't want to invest in your mindset. This was in reference to a Grant Cardone conference. Said you don't want to be in a culture in the atmosphere of millionaires, multimillionaires, billionaires. And she's like, everybody on my staff, right, is going to have to buy a ticket. And I love that that foundation she's setting, right? I love that foundations that she's setting because if you're going to have people in your circle, they need to definitely have a understanding of what you expect, what your expectations are, the mindset that it would take for them to rock with you, to be surrounded by you. Do not have people around you who drain you. Have people around you who train you, to get on a higher level. Mike, I've had some people to tell me that I don't even have my phone in here with me. I've had quite a few people to tell me that. I do have a backup number. Let me see if I can find it. And you're going to have to give me a second to go get my phone so I can respond to it on this live stream. So give me 1 second. Let me just type my another number. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's overloaded with text messages, but let me type it in. I'm glad you're able to catch me live. So text it to that the 601 number that I'm putting in. Text 129 right there, Mike. Let me take the text that number. Yeah, that's the correct number. And let me go get the phone so I can give you the instructions because it's like 9:07, and I'll go get that phone. While I'm doing that for Mike, I want you all to listen in at this live stream as well. Listen in at this live stream as well. In 1 second. About taxes, right? TikTok does not have a pause button. It's the only thing I don't like about TikTok. So I'm gonna let this play while I go get my phone so I can get Mike in before the 129 ends, and then I'm getting into the other points of this live stream. 1 second.
Out first, that's like a checking account or savings account. Think about that. Getting very little interest and still getting taxed. Then you have tax later. That's like a 401k or 403b or TSP or they are taxed later. Then you have tax advantage accounts. Tax advantage accounts are accounts like.
I couldn't hear that. Let me see what's going on. I could not hear the sound on that. So let me pull it back up. Let me pull it back up. Some good church music.
New tax coming on that's going to.
Okay, let me share this. And Mike, let me go get my other phone for you.
Make the rich even richer is called a carbon tax.
It's the Green New Deal. And the average person goes, hey, what's that? What's a carbon tax? That's going to make the rich even richer is called a carbon tax. It's the Green New Deal. And the average person goes, hey, what's that? What's a carbon tax? Now, it's going to make, for most people, poorer. But it'll make certain people richer.
And I think that's the whole point, is there's taxes that can benefit you and taxes that are going to decimate you. You got to know the difference. It's like an asset versus a liability. If you start calling assets or liabilities assets, you're in trouble.
So this is the Rich Dad radio program. It's all about our favorite subject. It's called taxes, and how I do my very, very, very best, and Kim does her very, very best to not pay them. You know,
legally.
Legally. First paychecks I got, I said, geez, what happened to my money? You know, and it went back.
Who's FICA? Who's FICA?
and they Americans, it seemed, forgot there was an event that happened in 1773 called the Boston Tea Party. And it was a tax revolt against Mother England. And ever since then, America has been pretty much tax-free up until 1943, when they couldn't pay for World War II. It was the Current Tax Payment Act. So my point here is, I guess I want to repeat the words of our immortal great leader. I know some of you hate him with all your heart, Donald Trump. The reason he doesn't pay taxes is because I'm smart. That means I'm smart. So if you want to get smarter, this is your show. If you want to hate Trump, keep paying taxes, give your money to Biden and Kamala, and have a good life.
Okay, so I want to share some taxation for you. And let me pull up that other video I want to share with you all, because I just live streamed on yesterday. If you want me to share the article with you, I will. And then I'm getting right into the topic. But that over the lifetime of employment, over 96% of Americans pay $525,000 in taxes, payroll taxes that come out of their paycheck. And they pay this for two reasons. Number one, they do not know that when they complete their W-4s, they are informing the government exactly how much to tax out of them or from them. And number two, they don't know that this can be minimized, increase their take-home pay, increase their income by adding this home-based business that you see on the screen, because the government that has a 129 promotion that ends in 3 hours, because the government gives tax favors and incentives to entrepreneurs that they do not give to employees. So what you do, that as an employee, you make yourself an entrepreneur by adding taxes, right? So I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to let different and video clips inspire you and educate you on the topic. This one video clip, I'm not getting the sound out of it. I don't know what's going on with that. So let me play this one. I'm not going to talk about it much. I'm going to get right into UK and Russia and the SWIFT system and why cryptocurrency is king. But I did find some videos I want to share with you that I think is worth sharing.
Tax deductions that entrepreneurs miss.
There's a lot of tax deductions that are happening around us right now. First things first, this vehicle is a tax deduction. This isn't my car, this is the company's car. So all the payments made in this vehicle, tax deductions. And it's wrapped for advertising. And of course, gas. And then I'm getting some snacks for my clients as well through VA Plus. Always keep your receipts to prove everything.
Hey Don,
What's up?
what are some commonly missed tax deductions that entrepreneurs miss?
There's a lot of tax deductions that are happening around us right now. First things first, this vehicle is a tax deduction. This isn't my car, this is the company's car. So all the payments made in this vehicle, tax deductions. And it's wrapped for advertising. And of course, gas. And then I'm getting some snacks for my clients as well through VA Plus. Always keep your receipts to prove everything.
Okay, last video. I always keep your receipts. You get the same tax incentive that the rich and wealthy get, which then positions you to be rich and wealthy. And let's see if I can finally get this one on TikTok. Let's try it one more time. See, can we get a sound out of it?
Later. Then you have tax advantage accounts. Tax advantage accounts are accounts like life insurance, Roth IRAs, 3 types of taxes. Let's see where you fit in. We have tax now first. That's like a checkings account or a savings account. Think about that. Getting very little interest and still getting taxed. Then you have tax later. That's like a 401k, a 403b, or TSP, or an IRA. They are taxed later. Then you have tax advantage accounts. Tax advantage accounts are accounts like life insurance, Roth IRAs, and college savings plans. So I have a question for you. Would you rather get taxed now, tax later, or tax never? 3 types of taxes. Let's see where you fit in. We have tax now first. That's like a checkings account or a savings account. Think about that. Getting very little interest and still getting taxed. Then you have tax later. That's like a 401k, a 403b, or TSP, or an IRA. They are taxed later. Then you have tax advantage accounts. Tax advantage accounts are accounts like life insurance, Roth IRAs, and college savings plans. So I have a question for you. Would you rather get taxed now, tax later, or tax never?
Great question. Will you rather get taxed now, tax later? A lot of people with 401ks and IRAs and Roth IRAs, I never really understood that as a tax incentive, because you do not get taxed on the seed. No, you do not get taxed on the seed, right? You don't get taxed on the money that you're putting in now, like the candy now and later, but you definitely get taxed on the harvest. You get taxed on the money that you put in later. So he mentioned life insurance policies. I have nothing against that, of becoming your own bank. But this is the thing. Most people don't have the positive cash flow that they need to really take advantage of these life insurance self-funding accounts. It's levels to this. It's steps to this, right? In order to gain better knowledge is to take action now, get in the program at 129 and be a part of the private Zooms that I have and the private training that we have, right? That's how you get access to me to get extra help. Right. If you have a home-based business, if they're not teaching you these CPAs, a lot of people that have home-based businesses, but what makes this business that I'm connected with unique is that they have CPAs, they have tax experts, and they help people shift thousands of back in taxes. Some home-based business, not all, but some home-based business can help people create cash flow, which is very little percentage of people that really can create cash flow in a home-based business, because they have not been taught the skill of, or they don't have the mindset, right, of being able to get other people to see their vision or to believe in their product. So we don't have products over here. We have services. We don't ask people to invest in products up front. We have services that get them upfront money. And 96% of people have paychecks. So the very first place that money is found is in the paycheck. So this is a unique business. It's no products, does not require you to have a sales team, does not require for you to purchase anything up front except the assets that you need to get to the experts. That's what it requires. And that, my friend, to me, it is a very practical decision you can make. And I don't understand the concept of some people that say they need consultation for this, or they want my help, but they don't want to invest in the area that I can help you. Now, if you want my one-on-one consultation, that's fine. You can invest in it at $150 for an hour. You can go to booklataniadeloche.com. But even that consultation, if you don't take action in the system that's going to allow you to implement what I'm telling you where you need to start first, your first steps to getting positive cash flow, then the consultation is just going to be the information I'm sharing with you now without the system. As the IRS already warns that there are going to be more changes beginning this April 1st when it comes to taxes in the next coming months, which is really just 1 month away, because tomorrow is going to be March 1st. And this article also shows that, as I've been saying, but I like to show it with people, the biggest shock that people have is the amount of taxes taken out of their check every day. People, it's right here in black and white and red. I don't know what you want me to do. I can't give you a better opportunity to increase your cash flow and investing. If you don't want to invest $129, you are making $129 investment complicated, and it's not complicated. It's a mindset problem. How many times do people convince themselves to buy those Jordans, to buy those red bottoms, to buy those Louis Vuittons, to purchase, to go on that vacation, and 30 days later they get a statement in the mail. They don't know how they're going to pay for that bill. They don't care. They're going to pay the minimum wage because they feel like they should YOLO, or go and spend on a dinner for three over $129. But when it comes to investing, out of all the hundreds of people attend my live stream, people feel like 1 out of 100 or 2 out of 100 that I should invest one-on-one time with you. No, I'm investing in people that invest in themselves. So the average person in the U.S. will end up paying more than $525,000 just in taxes throughout their lifetime. And the tax season is currently underway. Now, the IRS is warning taxpayers that you could get charged for more, right, this tax season when you file your return for a number of different reasons. For extra income, to changes in your family structure from year to year. Now the IRS is warning that taxpayers could get charged for one particular thing starting April 1st. The IRS is increasing its interest rates in April. I do not have time to talk to one or two. There is no price after. Let me try to stay calm. There is no price after. Okay, let me say this. Okay, you invest 129. I don't even know if I'm getting a rush in UK now. But hey, okay, it's the last night for the 129. You invest 129. First of all, let's change our financial vocabulary. This is not a cost. It's an investment. And the IRS tax experts position you if you have a paycheck. Virtually everyone on my team at minimum has a $300 increase out of their paycheck of found money that they did not know they had. See, when you have a subscription to Netflix, you do not get money back in return for Netflix. You get hours of watching entertainment that you want to get back on Netflix. That's a subscription. Subscriptions do not give you money back of exchange of services. So if it takes 129 for you to invest in a business to get the business tax deductions that will increase your paycheck, if you do not want to continue to receive the benefits of the taxes of the business, and see, when you get the money out of your paycheck, if you qualify, that will pay for the monthly investment. It's not a price because people know the price of everything and the value of nothing. People know the price of everything and the value of nothing. So, if you want to consider it a price or a payment, on average, people lose at least $600 a month because they don't have tax strategies. They cannot write off their cell phone bills. They cannot write off their vehicle mileage. They cannot write off the fuel, which is sky high, that they're putting in their gas. See, this is how money I get back. Rich people, money flows back to them, into them. People without a financial education, money flows away from them and they never recoup that. So if you invest 119 and the experts find by attaching, this is called an exchange of benefits. And it causes your paycheck, your take-home pay to increase $300. You mean to tell me you will not exchange 119 investment, which is also a tax write-off, for a $300 increase out of your paycheck that you can only get with connection in this business? Starting an online business to create passive income in a recession is the best investment anybody can position themselves for right now, if you know what's to come. Last question about the home-based business, even though I showed 2 videos about different people telling you about being taxed. Now that was a lot of people get out their paycheck, they get taxed right now. It's called FICA. Do I need to play that again? Are you all coming in late? FICA, that's being taxed right now. And then some people decide to defer their taxes and get taxed later through their 401k plan at their job and through an IRA or a Roth IRA. I'm introducing you to a system to get taxed never, which then increases your income status out of your paycheck. If I buy, you don't have to buy this. This is an investment. Let's change our financial vocabulary. That's a big issue with people that are struggling financially. They want to buy things and they want to know the price of everything, but the value of nothing. Am I required? No, you don't have to teach people. But for people that want to be leaders and to help people financially who are struggling financially, they get a special compensation called cash flow. When they do want to teach people. There is no one that I've ever seen that's rich and wealthy that do not teach people. Even President Trump has a book Robert Kiyosaki has a book. Bob Proctor, Jim Rohn, Les Brown, Tony Robbins, Oprah Winfrey, Robert Johnson. All of these people have one thing in common. They teach people answers to financial issues. They give people solutions to financial problems. And as a result, the universe, the higher power, bless them. But if you want to be a testimony and you don't want to share with any other people to get more cash flow coming in your household or in your hand, then you don't have to teach people. You can just come in and be a testimony about the program and services for yourself. But for people that want more cash flow, they give other people their testimony. And as a result, they get a compensation for it, right? An additional commission, an additional cash flow. Now, another scripture I thought about, I thought about this Bible scripture, and I want to share with you Proverbs 6:30. Proverbs 6:30 that says that if the thief is caught, right? If the thief be found, let's go back to, yeah. I'm gonna show you this. Yes, we're about to get into Putin in Russia real soon. I'm trying to prepare people for what's going to happen with Putin in Russia and the crash of the dollar, right? And help them create more cash flow and increase their income in this recession. There's going to be a depression like we've never seen since 1930, right? Since the 1930s Great Depression. So Proverbs 16:30 says, people do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his hunger when he is starving, right? Proverbs 31 says, but if he is caught, he must pay back 7 times what he stole, even if he has to sell everything in his house. Now, Queen, what does this scripture have to do with anything? Because a lot of people do not know who the thief is that's getting money out their paycheck, right? I was raised in the church. Both father and mothers are preachers or pastors, evangelists. And it will be this scripture right here that people will shout, yeah, sevenfold, I'm getting my sevenfold return. The thief is found. They don't know who the thief is because they don't understand how to get their money back out of their paychecks. That's the thief. A thief will rob from you in plain sight. That's why I say if the thief be found, right? A robbery can happen in plain sight. A thief, I reverse what I just said, will try to at least hide in the dark. And that's why I say if the thief be found. But this is plain sight what's coming out. Now, you might say, well, Queen, what if I don't have a lot of amount of taxes on my paycheck? What if I claim zero allowances so I won't get highly taxed out of my paycheck and I still have a cash flow problem? Yes, you do. Because either your income is not enough and you don't want to do anything else to create you a second source of income. You don't want to do anything else to create a second source of income. You don't like talking to people, but when you have conversations, that's when you get paid commissions. Let me say that again. Having conversations is when you get paid your highest commissions. Well, I'm shy. I'm an introvert, extrovert. You mean to tell me if you have people in your circle that's suffering financially, you have an issue with telling them your testimony and they are suffering? I don't know if that's being shy or, and I mean this with all love, being selfish. Why would you be shy about telling someone something that can help them? And as a result of helping them, you help yourself. So now let's get in Russia and UK. That's it for that. Target to raise prices to $24 an hour to attract workers, right? to attract workers. So this is what's going on. The higher we see the pay raise come in, right? The higher we're going to see the cash flow. And you all excuse me, I may be looking down a lot because a lot of people are texting me right now to get into the home-based business. Somebody just said, ready to go. Please respond to my text. I got you. And so with that being said, people, my friends, we're going to see massive, massive inflation, right? We're going to see massive, massive inflation right now. And so we're already seeing massive inflation. I just shared with you all how I bought a 12 pack of Charmin tissue. Regular price was $13.99, and that was $20. I mean, an entire $7. In fact, I was going to get gas today, and it just seemed like I was at the gas pump for so long. I held the conversation with the man across from me that was pumping at $75. He said his then stopped at 75. That's why I try to pump up when I reach a half a tank. It is more cost efficient, saves me money, right? And we were just there. I said, "Oh my God, when is this pump is going to stop?" He said, "Yeah." And he said, "The worst thing about it, ma'am, is we're not. This is just the start of it." And I said, "You're right, right. This is just the start of it." And Simone, great example. This is why I tell people, you're self-employed. To be honest with you, you just hired yourself. And so many people have to work for themselves in order to just get over the hump. They got to do 2 or 3 businesses. That's why I decided I'm going to do one business that pays me 10 different ways. I'm not going to overwork myself that way. I write my books on the side. I used to do credit repair. When I connected with a network marketing company that had credit experts, I said, I'm not doing credit repair. Why put my time and energy into that when I can leverage someone else? J. Paul Getty, the first billionaire, says, I'd rather earn 1% of 100 men's effort than 100% of my own. Then John D. Rockefeller came and said the same quote, I'd rather earn 1% of 100 people's effort than 100% of my own. And when I learned that leverage income is better than labor income, I didn't want to be the customer services for all my business. I didn't want to take all the phone calls, return all the emails, then teach people how to read their credit report once I disputed it on their behalf and dispute the credit report. And because of my expertise in credit, I didn't want to train my employees how to do credit repair and even get help on I could have trained people and taught them how I did my credit repair system. But because I had a unique system, I didn't want to train employees who could one day raise up and be my competitors. They can take the knowledge that I taught them and go open up their own credit repair business. So I decided to leverage this company and get passive income instead of income that I have to work for every time to get the work done. And most people that have small businesses or other businesses do not have the tax experts, because every year the government adds more and more tax deductions for home-based business. They do not do that for brick and mortar businesses. As Les Brown said, long gone are the days of brick and mortar, and we are now in the age of click and order. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Right? Again, I'm a visionary. I'm very futuristic, and I learned how to leverage income and money and not labor for it. You can labor to a job or you can labor for yourself. You just hired yourself to be your own boss, but you didn't hire a system. And when you do not hire a system, you're going to work until you die. So now, Russian central bank chief says alternative to SWIFT is already in place. You all watched my live stream from yesterday. I shared with you that since 2015, Russia has already, and China, moved to the CIPS system, CIPS. This is why China has been giving away its digital yuan since the Winter Olympics to spectators, to people that came. They're already on a different financial system, right? And so being detached from global trading with the United States by being taken off of the SWIFT system is only going to affect the United States and is going to make Americans or the citizens of the United States poorer as it makes Putin richer, right? That's all it's going to do. It's going to cause inflation. We already see Russia right now. Certain items they are already experiencing inflation, like iPhones. And you know what? Let me take another route. I'm glad I brought up iPhones for myself. People would spend $1,000 on an iPhone, right? $1,000 on an iPhone that they don't even use to make money on. They don't even you listen. I got two iPhones. Both of them are money makers. Both are money makers. If you know how to use it right and you have your mind right, make so much money on your iPhone. But when it comes to $129 for a business that can create them instant cash flow, help repair their and restore their credit, create more cash flow, give them thousands back in taxes on money that they're spending anyway, square footage of their home, apartment, townhouse, condo, wherever they may live, mileage back on your depreciating vehicles. Now you make your vehicle not personal use, but business use. They will spend $1,000 on a cell phone, a new smartphone. Even if they have to sign up for a monthly agreement. See, this is the thing. They don't ask questions about their cell phone. Well, how much do I have to pay for it every month? See, if an iPhone representative told you that on this plan, you're going to have to pay $119 a month, and you don't even use that phone to make money. Most people, not all, most people will accept that deal without thinking twice. But when it comes to empowerment and the betterment of their financial future, then $119 is too much. And let me tell you this, it doesn't have to be $119. Even though you get that money back, it's a tax write-off. And even though you can get that back and double out your paycheck, it's an exchange of benefits. But if you tell three people about it that need financial help and they decide to take advantage of these financial pillars of success, taxes, income, cash flow, and credit, because cash flow and income is not the same. Cash flow is measured in time, right? Your income is measured in dollars. Cash flow means how much time I will not have to exert physical labor or active energy to get money. How much would you financially be able to sustain if for some reason your health failed or something came up in the family, you were diagnosed with a sickness and you didn't have to do the physical work? How long would your cash flow keep flowing in? Or would it be cut off? See, income is cut off when you're not able to do the work anymore. That's the difference. Income is measured in dollars. Cash flow is measured in time. So if you got a smartphone that you don't even use smart, subscription, that's a payment. People wouldn't think twice about it. And the reason why I know people won't think twice because of their point of financial education, right? So Russia's central banks has said that the global payments will continue to function despite SWIFT. The central bank of Russia has developed its payment system. It will replace SWIFT. What does this mean, people? It's replacing the dollar. The dollar will no longer be the United States reserve currency. So if you think that our dollar is buying less and less now, just wait for a couple of months, especially April 1st come when the IRS changes its tax laws. Just wait until another 30 days. If you think you're seeing high price houses, if you think you're seeing gas 50 cents higher, you wait till you see it $2 higher. If you think you're seeing your meat at the grocery store is higher, because when people cannot have meat, they riot. That reptilian part of their brain is activated. Even though, meat is not the healthiest thing, I still eat chicken. And, I'm not really for the red meat right now, but I will eat chicken from time to time. But when people don't have the mental toughness of acceptance that, hey, I don't eat this meat anyway, it's not healthy. And they are weaned off of it because of a shortage, not because if it's a health decision that they want to do, then that reptilian part of their brain activates, the pituitary part, and not the pineal, which is the spiritual part of your mind. People, when April, May, June, and July get here, you're going to see hyperinflation as this dollar is going to lose more of its purchasing power because prices are going to continue to rise. Now, according to Russia, SWIFT was a major blow to the Russian economy that effectively cut off the global payments infrastructure amid the flurry of economic sanctions against Russian banking system. The Russian ruble has plunged by roughly 30% to a record low against the United States dollar and Moscow Stock Exchange. A transfer of financial messages SPFS can replace SWIFT international payment systems internally. So not only do they have the SPFS, they have CIPS, stressing the importance of support to its banking clients. Russia will fulfill their obligations on the SPFS system, and this has been in development for 2014. People, this has been in the works a long time to take out cash and bring in cryptocurrency. And look at the number of warning, 11. I tell you, 11 is a warning of destruction and disaster, and also a wealth transfer simultaneously, both at the same time. That's what 1111 means, as in 9/11. So you see 11,000 banking members in SWIFT. It will be challenging for Russia to enable payments infrastructure that can meet our transactional demands. Meanwhile, Russia has pointed out the use. Oh, let me show this again. I went out the screen. Right. Okay, great job. You buy cheaper cell phones. Good job. That proved my point, didn't it? Because you buy used phones on eBay. So I have to disinfect the phone. I couldn't use a phone that I know somebody's breath. And it's not a C19 thing. I don't care how well they've been disinfected. I just yuck. But at any rate, cryptocurrencies. Meanwhile, experts has pointed out that Russia may also use cryptocurrencies. Of course they will, to circumvent economic sanctions and overcome limitations created by a SWIFT ban. Local media surfaced the Russian government may be working on one world digital currency for global trade. Of course, that's the plan. It has always been the plan, all along. And most people are trying to save more cash and buy this high priced toilet tissue instead of converting a dying dollar into a thriving currency system that can really make people rich overnight because they don't have enough cash flow and they don't have a tax plan. So Russian minister says we are working on a digital currency, a digital one world, one currency for trade. That's already Bitcoin. I don't know what they mean by they're working on it. So also the damage of Russia. Russia is facing an economic point of no return, right? Russians face economic point of no return. We have no clue what to do or what Putin would do next. One business owner says no one in the business community has any clue. A lot of businesses are going away. So you need to make sure you do a market research and to see if your business will even be on demand. Robots and machines are going to replace the job of people. A lot of people that saying, I want to start a new business, I want to open up my own business. 1 out of 3 businesses fail within the first 3 years. Only 4% survive. 96% do not. And a lot of people are trying to open businesses, trying to build a plane while it's flying in the middle of a recession. And their businesses, especially if you don't have increased cash flow coming in that business or constant cash flow, or you're operating in the red, a lot of businesses are going away, including small businesses. With the supply chain going on, a lot of people are just not going to be able to keep up with the price of inflation to get their products and services to keep customers. So ensure that your businesses that's catered to anything that will help people save, make, and grow their money, because that's going to be the biggest need that people will have in this depression besides food, shelter, and water. The fourth need is going to be fixing their finances. That's why I'm glad I'm part of this business, because it's going to be such a on-demand business. And I can get all of that for just $129, right? $1.29, $1.29. So Russians rushed to local cash point in Moscow to retrieve their savings before damage got worse. It said they had dollars, so I came here immediately. This is indicating the withdrawal of currency. So you have bank runs going on. You're going to see that in the United States soon as well. I wanted to take out my money before it was worth zero. You're going to hear people in the United States talking about that. Before this money is just worth zero, let me take it out the banks. Hello, Monte. They're telling you what's going on in other countries, so you can see what's coming here. This is not to give you fear. This is to prepare you, not to scare you. So he said, I made a spontaneous decision. I want to take my money out before it was zero. Within minutes, the word traveled. The dollars were gone. There are already ATMs right now not distributing cash out to customers and banks. There are already banks right now that saying we don't have $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 on hand for people that want to make a $5,000 or $4,000 or $6,000 withdrawal cash. They have to get whatever they can get from that bank branch and then travel miles to another bank branch. Right now in the United States, Russians are trying to find out their alternative to their economic reality, and the reserves are frozen. The central banks announced it would more than double the main interest rates to 20%, the highest in the century, and force major exporting companies, including large energy producers like Rosneft, to sell 80% of their foreign currency revenues, right? And so people are not, this is just like the 1930s Great Depression. So people in the United States are hearing about this, and they're hearing other people having problems. And I said, well, let me at least withdraw this money out before it's zero. That's why people don't understand. It would be best right now for a lot of people to invest their money into assets instead of having the little they have, if they have it, in the banks anyway. Because it was just 4 years ago in 2019, 2018, that people did not have $400 for an emergency savings or emergency situation, right? I'm a trucker. I was going to buy a truck in maybe a month. Am I wasting my money? How much money should I have in crypto? How much returns do you want? 2 Corinthians 9:6 says, if you invest little, you will reap little. It says, he who sows sparingly reaps sparingly. He who sows bountifully, they reap bountifully. How much do you want a return on your investment? And I can't answer that if you're wasting your money buying a truck. If you have to ask that question, then you probably are. If you have to ask me if you're wasting your money to buy a truck, if you don't have a plan for that truck, if you don't know how that truck is going to produce you more money, if you haven't did the calculations on if this is going to how this is going to be a return on your investment, if you don't see how that second truck or another truck is going to be an asset to you, that's going to be a cash flowing asset, then more than likely you probably are wasting your money. Because people that know assets, they take action. And let me say this, and I'm logging out. Right? I'm logging out. Rich and wealthy people, they say they want to buy gold and silver. Rich and wealthy people do not invest in gold and silver. They don't flip gold and silver. They don't get gold to trade it for food or they definitely don't trade it back to fiat currency to cash out on capital gains. They own it. They own it. They don't invest in it and they don't trade it. They don't buy gold and silver certificates. They buy the real tangible asset and they own it. It is an insurance policy for them because they have so much of this and they know that this is losing its purchasing power, is able to buy less and less, that they convert this into this to own and hold. So that as this continues to buy less and less, this is going to go higher and higher. But poor working class has been educated the wrong way about investing in gold and silver. It protects your wealth. It doesn't build wealth. You need cash flow to build wealth to get to the point that you have so much cash flow in reserve. See, right now, rich and wealthy people do not have money in the banks. They already have their money out of the banking system. So they're not worried about these bank runs. They're not worried about their money going to zero. They're not worried about a $20 bill having the same purchasing power that a $1 bill had just 10 years ago. Because they have already converted their cash into gold. And they have so much cash flow coming in, they continues to put it in appreciating assets. Lisa said she received her books today. Thank you so much for your support. I thank you. And she's talking about the Crypto Chris books. She bought 2 for her grandkids. If you want to purchase 2 autographed copies, you can go to my Cash App. I'll put it on the bottom. $LD Financial Coaching. It's 2611. I have my special pen for special people. If you want to get that for you, invest in this wisdom for you. Crypto Chris becomes a Bitcoin billionaire. How Crypto Chris went from rags to riches by investing, right? And understanding how money works. If you want to hear that journey along with his friend, Crypto Chris, see who is on the back, and NFT Nick and Bitcoin Bobby. So it lets you know a little bit about the blockchain, about NFTs, and definitely about Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining. So it is for youth, young adults, and adults alike, right? Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, right? Let me tell you something. People have to come on my live stream and convince me that they're doing well financially. They're not doing well financially. They're not. If you got to come out here and convince me that you're doing okay financially, but yet you want me to give you one-on-one sessions in that personal time, you're not doing well financially. And the main reason you're not doing well financially is because you do not want to take action in a recession. and you don't want to make the financial moves, and you don't want to have tax shelters, you don't want to leverage your credit, you're not interested in increasing your cash flow or your income. But I'm going to share this with you. I was watching this before I live stream, and then I'm going to sleep. So I hope I return everybody text. If I don't, then I will. I've been talking about this since February, right? About the 129 special. So if I don't text you back before it expires, don't charge it to me. I'm tired. I'm going to sleep. All right. So you can't wait last minute. Sometimes waiting last minute is definitely going to make you miss out on some future higher gains returns of your money, right? So people will overthink investing, but underthink spending. I saw this episode. Who remembers this on the Cosby Show when Vanessa got into a fight and she came home, and she said her friends got her into a fight because they were rich, and Claire had to explain to her, who is a lawyer, and Cliff, who is a doctor, had to explain why they are not rich and they're doctors and lawyers. I have to explain this to some people too. You're not rich, and this is why. So, as Claire said at the end, rich is when your money is working for you. She said, we work
So you're not
hard.
an employee, but if you have an LLC.
I just heard somebody else talking about if you're not an employee, but if you have an LLC. And you know what? A lot of people have different entities, LLC, S Corp, C Corp. They don't have tax law knowledge. They don't have tax law knowledge. So, after all this is over with, everyone that's in the home based business, we're going to have private Zooms as well to show people how to create their entities, what's the best entity to create, and how to open their business checking account so they can start building business credit. But let me tell you this, if your money, if you don't have cash flow flowing to a business checking account, you're not going to get business credit without using your social security number. You have got to have the cash flow to back it. Why is crypto? Don't you love it? Don't you love it when you see crypto in the green? That's a great question. Um, why is crypto in the green? Simply because Russia right now is getting off of the SWIFT system, which is the US dollar system, and the Russia and Ukraine sanctions hit. So it's up like 10% since that's happening. And yeah, it's just pumping Bitcoin and it's pumping crypto, right? Because they're moving away from the dollar system. And guess what? We haven't even seen the highs yet. Yes, it's volatile. Yes, it is. But we're always good. It did not even take a real bad hit to me. I think it went to the lowest 34, 35K. Expectations of Bitcoin at least to hit 100K before the year is out, and Ethereum, Ether to hit 10K, right? And so now you have these numbers, as Bitcoin is trading at 43,000 and Ethereum is up 7.3% as well. So Russians are saying or reporting they're worried about the stability of their currency and financial system, and they see Bitcoin as a way to protect their savings. They see Bitcoin as a way to protect their savings right now. So, hey, I tell people all the time, wars make richer people richer. They make poor people poorer. Inflation makes the rich richer because they take cheap dollars and buy assets, while the poor working middle class and the middle class without a financial education spend their money on toilet tissues, food, panic buying. And now, again, I'm not saying food is not an asset, but you need to make sure you get food with long shelf life. Then you have a lot of donations that came through Bitcoin to UK that came through Bitcoin to UK right now. They, to the Ukrainian military and charities, they've raised more than $22 million in crypto over the last 5 days. And to my person that asked me, was $1,000 enough? A little or something is always better than nothing, but a lot of something is always better than a little. And tax shelters with investing is a way to keep your money, right? But if you don't have tax shelters, if you do not have tax shelters, yeah, 22 million in 5 days, you're not going to keep the money that you're investing for long, because the government's going to come in and take 30 to 40% of your investments, just like they do with people that win the lottery, or the woman that won Jeopardy. She won $1 million, over 500,000 was taken in taxes. Also, Shell is dumping its oil and gas business in Russia. Again, we're about to see gas prices skyrocket. Shell is getting out of Russia and ditching its joint ventures with Nord Stream 2 natural gas pipeline. The UK-based oil company said Monday it would dump 27.5% stake in its gas facilities, 50% stake, and the project to develop is Siberian 50%. Shell moves follows BP's announcement Sunday that it was abandoning Russia's foreign investments. Okay. Shell BP out. They earn about $700 million in joint ventures. Russia was valued at $3 billion at the end of the year. Just gonna make Americans pay higher gas. Said Exxon, 30% stake, higher inflation, to dump the dollar, and people are not. They're not. They're not making any moves. They're making a lot of excuses. They have a lot of questions about $129 cash flow in business. Thank you, Sandra. You're absolutely right. I'm glad you got in too. You can only help people that have the vision, that see the vision, and the people that want to be helped, and people that's going to prepare for the greatest wealth transfer this generation has ever experienced. Hello to you, Beard Gang Tabernacle, as well. Thank you for all of my business partners. So glad to see you all saying hello and chiming in. Looking forward to having those private Zooms with you all. And thank you for supporting me, not only in bettering your financial situation through MWR, but investing in my products to help you further your financial education and knowledge, especially when it comes to cryptocurrency. Thank you. That's 2 people received their books. Thank you so much. I appreciate you supporting the vision, and most of all, most importantly, investing in yourself. That's the greatest return that you will ever get. Peace out, Queen out. I'm going to sign up a couple more people for business, and I'm going to sleep. You haven't texted me by now, then I hope you get in. Look, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. People that saying I'm in, Queen. You text me the link. I'm ready. 129. Hey, to give you hundreds, to connect with an opportunity to bring me back thousands, so I can get my money up, so I get my cash flow up, to get my crypto up, and get my taxes down, and get my credit up. I'll take that exchange all day, every day, without overthinking it. Thank you all so much. Looking forward to our private Zoom. Don't forget, we got a private Zoom on taxes for the home-based business. Then we're going to go into building business credit on this week. Queen out.